How to manage subcontractors in construction. Knowing this and these tricks could change everything about how you interact with your subs on your job. And so what are the 14 steps that are crucial to you working with your trades? And what is the difference between even calling them subs and trades? You're going to find out right now. All right, so let's tackle this first topic. You probably hear people say the word subcontractor. That is accurate. There's nothing wrong with that, really. You also hear people like me calling the subcontractors trade partners. Let's talk about the difference. And this is in my perspective. Obviously, I learned this from the lean community, but the term subcontractor, sub-optimizing their contract, is a lot different than the term trade partner. They have a trade and expertise, and they're our partner, and we are there to support and enable them. So from the mindset of the general contractor and owners, I believe we should call them trade partners because in our mindsets, subcontractors blame everything on design and don't learn from job to job, schedule only their work and think very little of what benefits the overall project, rarely understand the schedule and do whatever they want. They complain about everything. They always go to the GC to solve their problems and expect to just be able to throw it on top of it. Chuck the ball over the wall at the GC. They rely only on the GC to keep everyone in line on the project. Subcontractors only learn lean out of necessity and it never really sticks. They always have to be managed and pushed to be clean. They work like an independent manufacturing contractor with no respect to customer service and are always looking to break the rules and find loopholes. But a trade partner, on the other hand, at least how we think of them and see them, which is, I would say, also authentically more of who they are or exactly who they are, trade partners understand design is difficult and they make provisions to work past it and be a partner. They schedule together and try to understand the flow and the rhythm of the project that benefits everyone. They take ownership for the whole schedule, not just their piece. They bring up solutions to the team and work towards solutions together. They go to other trade partners to coordinate and solve problems before reaching out to the GC. They help keep other companies accountable. They try to learn lean practices and actually adopt it in their own businesses. They keep their crews 100% clean and organized and safe all the time without having to be reminded. They treat other team members like customers and like they really care with good customer service. And they follow the project rules and requirements and form a really great relationship with the GC. So from a mindset perspective, that's why I don't like the term subcontractors for myself. I like calling them trade partners because it enables me to think of them more accurately, how they are, who they are, and how they should be if they're going to be a good partner. Now, once you have actually gotten the right mindset and you're calling them by the right term, now what can you do to actually support them in the field? Number one, become a partner to them. I'll give you a story. One time, Kate and I were working on a project with an actual client, and some of our folks were there working remotely, and we were asking, hey, would you mind welcoming them, providing them the links to the files, showing them where the project teams are, and the project team really just had this hands-off approach like, well, ask them. Jason should already have it. Go figure it out. And Kate and I were like really freaked out because we wanted our people to be treated better. But the teams on site had this like hands-off approach, this disrespectful catch me if you can kind of approach. And we asked them, hey, could you please help our folks out? Please provide a remarkable experience. And they changed and they started to loop our team in and partner and ask what was needed and started to take on that mental burden with them, right? Instead of a hands-off approach, hands-on. Instead of a running away from the work, they ran to the work. So that's what's real partnering. It can be really frustrating as a trade partner to work for a GC that's hands-off, that's running away from you, that's distant. If you really want to partner with a trade partner, then partner with them and take on that mental load and actually help. 2, reward the good trade partners. Do not keep buying the cheapest bid, right? Because cheapest bid does not mean cheapest cost, or lowest bid does not mean lowest cost. You'll pay for that somewhere. Stop rewarding the contractors that are just undercutting other bids, that don't have the full scope in the contract, and that will only change order you to death. Number 3, buy out your trade partners transparently. Make sure they understand the schedule, what's expected, so that everything's fully transparent so they can give you a proper bid. Number 4, prepare them well in the quality process. Make sure that they have a pre-mobilization meeting, they have a pre-construction meeting, and that you're there for the first in place inspection for the first bit of work that they do so that you can enable them to succeed. Get a schedule with flow, which means you will have to use tact planning and last planner for your trades. There is no other scheduling system that will do this. I will link you to some videos on how to implement TACT on your job site. 6, involve your trades in the last planner system. Make sure they're a part of the pull plan, the 6-week make ready look ahead, the weekly work plan, and the day planning, so they're a part of the work that they get to execute with others. Remember, it's easy to be good. It's hard to be good with others. You're only going to be good with others if you use TACT and last planner together with your trades. Number 7, provide the trades a safe, clean, and organized project. That means you are forcing that to happen so that every trade can thrive and succeed in the environment. Number 8, create proximity. I like to make sure all of the trade partners on site are in one trailer. Let's not silo them out. Let's not have disconnection. Let's not have more problems than we need. I like to have one trailer, all of the team members in that trailer collaborating, connecting with rapport, with connection, with proximity, understanding each other and working together as a team with shortened and effective communication channels. Number 9, take care of their people. The trade partners on your project site have got to know that their people will be safe, cared for, and respected on your site. That will go a long way. 10, partner with your trade partners on procurement. Don't just chuck it over the wall and beat them up about it. Partner with them, manage the procurement log together, and help them manage the supply chain weekly. Number 11, you wouldn't have expected this, but hold them accountable. If you have A, B, C, and then D and F player trade partners, get those F and D trade partners up to snuff. Make sure that you're grading them weekly. Force them, I'm going to say it, force them to obey the rules, to be on time, to show up for meetings. Because if you don't, you're disrespecting the other trades. Your trades are expecting you to hold everyone to the minimum standards, so hold your people accountable. Number 12, if you have problems, don't let the lower level, that's how the industry calls it, but the frontline level people fight about things from contractor to contractor. If there's a major procurement issue, labor issue, have the CEO call the CEO, right? Or have the project leader call the CEO. Get involved and actually have real relationships at higher levels of management when you're managing from owner to GC to trade. 13, and this is a big one. I can tell you it pisses me off when people don't do this for me, and it's going to piss your trade partners off. If you don't do it, pay your people on time. If they did the work, they are footing the bill for the actual labor, for the materials. They're not a bank. Pay them on time. And number 14, don't get into negotiation games with change orders. Your trade partners are doing your change order at a fair price to you as a favor. They're not making any money off of this. So don't go nickel and diming them and really whittle down those prices and beat them over the head and threaten them with not approving their pay applications because of change orders. Be kind, negotiate a rate or a price before you do the work, and manage it properly. At the end of the day, $100 of goodwill towards your trade partner will come back to you with $1,000 of goodwill from them. That's not why we do it. We do the right thing because it's the right thing. But you cannot piss off your trades and run a good project. If you take care of your trade partners, they will take care of you. So you only win when they win, and I hope you remember that. And in the description below, I'm going to link you to a list of the things that you can do to create a remarkable experience for them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.